Well, I haven't showered because our power's out for closing in on 24 hours because of a major storm, tornadoes and such that came through. Some came through right beside us. There's trees down everywhere. And just when I needed my chainsaw, a good friend of mine, my best friend in the world, gave me a Steel MS390 Farm Boss badass chainsaw, but it just wouldn't run. I can tune a carburetor pretty good, and I just couldn't keep the thing running. I literally was keeping the tool in my pocket. It was adjusting it while I was running it because it just wouldn't run without constantly adjusting the carburetor. So screw that. These days, especially with two-stroke small engines, it doesn't make sense to spend all the time to tear that little bitty carburetor apart, because you can order a whole kit for 20, 30 bucks. And I'm talking about the carburetor, the fuel lines, the fuel filter, everything, air filter, the whole shoot match. So, Steel MS390 carburetor replacement. Let's go. Today's project, Sam Adams Winter Lager. Pretty good stuff. Don't even have to put it in the fridge, even though I've got an outdoor fridge. It's turned off, but it's still pretty darn cold because it's only like 42 degrees out here today. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and remove the bar and the chain. Might as well get them out of the way. It's so much easier to work on. It's safer too. You don't end up slipping and cutting your finger. So let's get those guys out of the way. So let me show you what this little kit came with. This, like I said, this was 20 something bucks. Brand new carburetor made for this unit. If you look at them, they look identical. Those bolts stay in, but it's the exact same model. Like I showed you, the air filter, fuel lines, fuel filter. Imagine that sits in the bottom of the tank on the end of the fuel line, and a new spark plug for like 27 bucks, man. Don't waste your time rebuilding these things for that kind of money. All right, so here's a disclaimer. I have not done any research to see how to do this. I am totally winging this. So first thing to do, it looks like, is going to be get the guard out of the way. We're going to remove these, and it doesn't look like the new one has this piece, so we'll remove that once it comes off. Before I do any of that, I'm going to go ahead and pull the spark plug. This is a different code on this one, and it's a cheaper brand. It's not a Champion. So I might end up buying a new plug, depending on how this goes. But when you look at where this one bottoms out to here, these are the same depth. So what I'm looking at is from here to here, this distance. You don't want the piston to hit this. So if you look at these, this one is taller, but it has this extra bit in here. So if you stand them up, it's slightly, no, it didn't. It just looks different. But the main, like I said, the main issue is this distance between here and here, here and here. And then I'll check the gap. And without even measuring it, putting a feeler gauge on it, that looks pretty much right on. Next, I'm going to remove these, and if I had a deep socket small enough, a deep well socket that I could do that, I would do that, but I don't think I have one that small, so I'm just going to get a small wrench, maybe an 8. Yep. If you don't have an air compressor with a blower, a little bit of canned air will work to clean the sawdust off of this. All right, so on this side of the carburetor, looks like the fuel inlet comes in here, and then we have another one of these. That's probably the fuel inlet on the bottom. This is probably the overflow to let it go back into the tank, and those just pull straight out. This bar here runs the throttle and hooks in right here, so we have to get that out. So in order to do that, we're going to have to remove this. Yeah, we're going to have to remove that. Wouldn't be a bad idea to drain the oil and the gas, but just because it's not a bad idea doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to do it. And where do these come out? Ah, here we go. Now you see why having the chain off of here is a good. That looks like probably a T25. So T25. It's up in here. And when you're doing this, either take pictures or shoot a quick video to keep up with how things like this hook in. Let's put this back in a little bit and push up. There we go. Now we can remove that. See what I did there? See what I did? I put it back in and just pushed up so that it popped up here to give me this little bit of clearance. Now I can take it back out. Lift up, bring it out. This just lifts straight out. Rotates and comes out. Looks like that's everything that touches this. So let's go ahead and remove this guy. We're going to have to put a little back pressure on it because these go in these hoses. Just wiggle it while you're pulling. Oh, the hoses come out with it. There we go. A little bit. That one did. So there's the old carburetor. Just going to give everything a quick visual inspection. I know that this runs, so the next question is, do I do this right now or not? And I think, because this is so easy to get to, I'm just going to take a chance that everything works and stick the new one on. All we need is to get this rubber grommet fitting off of here. You don't want to put anything on there that's going to booger it up. Grab it like this, pull it off. I don't know how rubbery this is supposed to be, but it feels like it's getting a little hard, so might need to replace that as well. But for now, I think we're just going to go ahead and slide this on. Lining up the fuel line on both sides. Yeah, it just pushes right in. Hot diggity. Clean that a little bit. Clip it back in. Snap it in. Snap it all the way in. Works better. There we go. It's in. Now we have put new parts, the hoses and such, in here. I know I said don't do this, but I kind of need my chainsaw right now, and it only takes a few minutes to do this, so I'm willing to take the risk. This piece goes back on, and it goes on like this. Put this back up under here. Snaps in good. Snug that down, don't over tighten. Just snug. By the way, the Yingling was colder, so we switched to that, as usual. Most times you'll catch me drinking the Yingling or Blue Moon. Although, if I'm thirsty enough, I'll drink any beer. I don't know what the torque is on this, but they weren't super tight. So I'm just going to snug them. This will take a few turns because the carburetor is kind of seating back in there. So I'm going to go back and forth to try and make sure that I seat it on both sides. Oh, there we go. We started to get a little snug. Oh, yeah, there we go. Just not tight, just good and snug. Get before we do. So that's just a flat tip screwdriver, just like the other one. So I don't need a special tool or anything. Good trick when you're doing stuff like this, if it doesn't feel like it wants to go right, turn it counterclockwise until you feel it click, and then you'll know that it's the threads. Air filter goes into that little black piece that I had to swap out on the carburetor. I am going to trust that this was set properly. Most of the time when you buy these, they are. If not, I'll just have to do some carburetor tuning. All right. Lock it, set this out on the ground and see what happens. All right. Put it down. So what I had to do to get this thing started was I had to pull the spark plug and pull it, choke it completely and pull it about 10, 15 times. And that allowed me to get fuel going through the carburetor. Now I'm gonna go ahead and crank it and get it all back together and make this thing run. So that's it. Replace the carburetor in your two-stroke, whether it's a Steel or Ryobi, McCulloch, all of them are gonna work pretty much the same. And like I said, it's not worth tinkering around with carburetors. I've rebuilt plenty carburetors, and lots of them, they're very expensive, and the kits are 40, 50 bucks. Whereas this, you get the whole stinking thing, shoot and match all together, you're good. And this video is actually longer than it will take you to do it yourself. So don't be afraid. If it's not running, what do you have to lose anyway? Throw 20, 30 bucks at it and see if you can save yourself a trip to the repair shop. If this helped you, give me a thumbs up, comment below, and also please subscribe. We love our subscribers and we appreciate this. We're making these videos for you guys, and that's what we're here for. So please subscribe and come back and check out, see what other stupid stuff we get into. Thanks.